Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, so NIO and a lot of the Chinese stocks are finally turning up. We've gotten some good information from the Chinese government. It appears that they're starting to understand the seriousness of this delisting issue and how bad it is for the Chinese companies and how they're going to have to play by the rules like everybody else, or they're going to suffer the consequences. That's just the reality of it. And the big question is, has the madness finally ended? Well, partially. So let's get into NIO. As you can see here, it says, according to Chinese state media, regulators from both countries, the U.S. and China, are progressing towards a plan for U.S.-listed Chinese stocks. The report suggests the Chinese government supports the listing of Chinese companies on foreign exchanges and that its crackdown on tech companies could come to an end sometime soon. It also discussed that Chinese Financial Stability and Development Committee urged market stability measures and mentioned cooperation with U.S. regulators. And as you can see with NIO, it bumped up about 20% today. It was up about 5% the day before. So it's come up about 25%, where it's basically been crashing. You look at this 3-month and it's hit, well, it's hit a little bit of support right here. Let's draw that in. And that's that $18 mark right in that neighborhood. There's a little bit of support right there. It's actually probably more, no, it's probably more like 18. In the low 18s is where that support is, and it's kind of bumping its head up on it, as you can see. So we'll see how that plays out. It really just depends on the news, because this thing has crashed way too low. I mean, it hit 13. I mean, it literally came down and hit 13. And as you know, I'm playing this two ways. Got my long hold, and then I've been swinging it. I'd been playing it underneath the support of $34, but I've been buying it on the way down in dollar cost averaging. And the last 4 or 5 buys I bought were at $2 increments from 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, and 14. Had it dropped to 12, I would have bought at 12. And had it gone all the way down, and there was even talk of it going all the way down to $8, which is where I would have bought heavy. But like I said, that's a risk I'm willing to take. It may not be one that you're willing to take in buying this thing on the way down. The main reasons are a couple of things. Number one, I don't think China and Russia are the same. I think China's a little bit more pragmatic, whereas Russia, they've done something monumentally stupid. I mean, there's just really no way to measure the level of stupid of what they've done.
Should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
Yeah, so I think China has hopefully seen with Russia that really you need to play along with others. And that means every country in the world, if you want to be a superpower. And obviously China wants to do that, and they're becoming that. Well, the only way you're going to do that, you've got to allow people to audit your freaking books. Every company in the world has to do it. China, you don't get to separate yourself and say, oh, we don't have to do it. Yes, you do. Because if you don't, you're going to get punished. And as you've seen, our stocks have done this. Any of those Chinese stocks, and I own several of them. And the thing is, they've gotten down to stupid levels. I mean, Baba got down below what its cash value is. You got to be kidding me. They got more cash than the value of the company, and it's a very profitable company. So just let them audit your freaking books. Good God. Most ridiculous thing I ever heard of. Oh, we're not going to let anybody look at our books, but we want to be on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. No, that's not how it works. Doesn't work that way. So snap out of it. Second thing, the COVID cases have been dropping like crazy here in the United States, and down to 32,000 7-day average, so that's great. Unfortunately, in China, they're having lockdowns with this Omicron. That's not going to work. You're not going to be able to lock your way down out of Omicron. It's just too brutal as far as how it just spreads like wildfire. And it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to lock your way down. And I think they'll come around to that eventually. They'll realize we can't shut down the country for something that you're not even going to be able to stop anyway. And every country has figured that out, whether it's England or the United States or all these different countries that have realized, you can't shut down over Omicron. It's not going to work. And lastly, let's talk about Taiwan. I don't think even though I'm sure China would like to take over Taiwan, I don't see that happening because, again, that would be galactically stupid. Here's why. Look at Russia. Look what happened to them. They are a pariah now. Okay, understand they're going to be under sanctions for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And it's going to be so long before they are even able to have a reasonable economy again and the ruble is worth anything. We may not see it in our lifetime. I mean, it's just that tragic, and what a terrible decision. China, I think, is too pragmatic for that. They want to be a superpower, a financial superpower. And the only way you're going to do that is you got to play ball with the rest of the world. And you can't just come in and take over all the chip stocks in Taiwan, which makes 90% of the chips, and say, oh, well, we're going to do that, and y'all just put up with it. The world will go crazy. I mean, they'll just go bananas. And the sanctions, it'll be a nightmare. All the stock markets will crash, including China's and all their companies. So hopefully they'll see through this stupidity, and it appears they are on the delisting. So I think they will on the Taiwan thing. Understand, that's the risk I'm willing to take. It's your money. If you're not comfortable with this risk, I totally understand. You need to do something else. Exactly. If you don't want that kind of risk, there are ETFs. There's all kinds of things you can do. You know, Chinese stocks are very volatile and they're risky. I like them because I think they're undervalued dramatically and they're going to have tremendous growth. And like I said, come March 28th, they're getting ready to have the ET7 out there. It's a gorgeous looking car. I think it's going to be very successful. Now, I don't think it'll be as successful as ET5 because it's a much more expensive vehicle, but it's the type of vehicle they can sell all over the world as their flagship. And they're already getting really good reviews on it. So there's lots of good catalyst for NIO. I am concerned about the COVID over there. That plan's not going to work, but I think they'll see through that and come around to the way the rest of the world's handling the Omicron. But, you know, we'll see. But it's good to see this stock jump like this. Like I say, we're sitting at, what, 18 bucks. I'd like to see this thing get back up over 20 and start working its way back up. But there's, you know, a lot of things going on between Ukraine and everything else. But this is a nice jump. That's over 25% in 2 days, and that's much more like it. And it's good to see that the Chinese regulators and government are coming around to, you know, look, if they want their companies to keep dropping down to nothing and become just a penny stock, that's where this was headed. So I'm not surprised that they've come around and been pragmatic about it. This is not Vladimir Putin you're dealing with, all right? These are people that actually want to accomplish something in life and for their country. Whether you agree with that or not, that's just what it appears to me. All right, folks, and that's NIO today. And I know that was a pretty blunt assessment on this stuff, but I'm just kind of fed up with it. It's, you know, and I have been buying on the way down. I've taken a lot of grief over that, but so be it. You know, that's a risk I'm willing to take. But if you like this type of content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover NIO. And if you don't, then don't. That's okay too. Anyway, I hope you did like the content. And hit that subscribe button if you don't care. Give this channel a chance. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Opinionated Frugal Investor. See y'all.